Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nier Replicant. We have just been in this lovely town, and in last episode we saved this town's king. So, yeah, that's probably all I need to say about last episode. We had to go through a lot of tests with weird rules, or actually interesting rules, because it gave us a challenge. But yeah, that pretty much sums up what happened last time. We went through some trials, saved the king. Yeah, that's all. Before we proceed, I think I should save. Oh boy. We have the wolves again.
I suppose rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
I don't think they're absurd.
Oh?
Those rules are important to the masked people.
Good.
The sandstorm's too intense to go any further. I do. And I think it's important we respect that.
Well, well. The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Boy, I'm not a kid, you know.
Hey, less talking, more walking.
The sandstorm's too
eventually away behind here. Oh yeah, it seems like there is. Ah, finally we solved it. And he came back home to see me. Yay! doesn't work, of course, and we weren't meant to fight in here. So it's completely natural. Hello there,
Yona?
Yona.
Oh, hey,
How are you feeling?
better now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
Here I'll stay.
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Why would you think that I wouldn't?
Yeah, Yona. I'll stay.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Okay.
I hear a voice. Squint and see the boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Okay, soon his lips begin to move, but no sounds come out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. 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 I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, as his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S. Then there is an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other. It's faster and faster. Sealed verse. It's a sealed verse. The thing I am looking for, the key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next words. Dream. Dream? What? What the hell does that mean? The lips move again. Faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it, I can't make it out. I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead, I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. Four stuff miss. The next morning.
Just a dream.
Just a dream. Okay. And again, we should switch up. It's kinda annoying that I have to do it all the time, but let's do it. Okay, back again. Just a dream.
Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
Hope not.
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Okay.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, me and this boy were playing a game together.
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say.
It's the same dream.
It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
It's the same dream.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and forest of myth.
The same we heard
But don't worry.
or
I'm gonna
tried
study hard
to
so that next time I can figure
pronounce
out everything.
out of what he was saying. Or what we thought he said. Yona. Okay.
We should play a game together sometime too.
Sure, Yona.
Hey, I was thinking about trying to make stew for you. Do we have any venison or wheat?
Stew? I don't want her to feel bad, but her cooking is... Yeesh.
Yes.
Alright, Yona. Let me see if I can track down your ingredients.
Really? Thanks. I'm sure you're gonna love it.
Hopefully.
I'm ready to make that stew anytime.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Ingredients for a home-cooked meal?
Is there something you want to say?
Oh, no. No, nothing at all.
Look, I know Yona's not a 4-star chef or anything, but she puts her heart into it. Only a real jerk wouldn't appreciate the effort. What kind of brother do you think I am?
Did you hear me imply anything of the sort?
I guess not.
Just, well, good luck.
Yeah. What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream Divinity. I was hoping I might be dream able to get your advice dream on the matter. Okay, let's try to read this without dream. I am writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain issue of concern regarding recent events in the village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice on the matter. Recently, there have been reports of a certain of evil, empty, curse, evil, words, and someone dreamed. Oh God.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Well, aren't you used to him offering himself for any kind of request now, Popola?
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you.
Seems like we're about to enter this way. Sorry about that.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way, I'm certain of it.
Okay. Saving.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Beware. Beware the words.
Okay.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Wise, hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind. Wise voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Andy and Wise.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
Maybe.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Wise stared at the mayor, his mouth twisting slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
Said the
I think
mayor.
you have.
In other words, we've caught the Death Dream?
Said Annie. Before the mayor could confirm Annie's suspicion, Wise exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the Death Dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Annie had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Oh. Annie and Wise racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider. Too much random chatter. Too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Wise chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
Oh my god, I love that he comments, cause I would guess at least most streamers who does this read through the whole text and then Grimoire kind of comments their sentences. At least it feels like it when you're reading it out loud for yourself. So yeah, it's a super way of doing things.
It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Wise looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing.
Oh yes, you were.
Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Annie like a contagion. Okay, I'm shooting once again, just in case I misread something. Wait, said Annie suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A heap? Cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Annie's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick heap of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Annie. Sounds right, he said. A stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. Mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. Last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hands tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all of the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Annie nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Yes, you did. Look, if we can be of any help, said Annie, just ask. Now hold on. I did not just say that. Silence! Cried Weiss. The Grimoire looked from Annie to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. We're more wise. Space is always confident. Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet, you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? Mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my God, he said. You're right! You're right! I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Wise. And dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Annie and Wise. We're all counting on you. As Annie slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? Annie's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Wise was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion, unhindered by either terrain or physical effort. He spent most of his time urging Annie to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Wise muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Annie snapped. Okay, Wise, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Annie leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth, and he slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Wise! What is going on? And he could see Wise's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and then, just as Annie's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, He removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the wood. Hui, hui, hui. Yak, yak, yak. Ti, ti, ti. Woma, woma. Or woma, woma. Hick, hick, seek. Hick, 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 seek. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, and he began to detect patterns in the sounds. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. One with it is lacking. Two with it is ideal. Three with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sorta forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it up to you to answer. One with it is lacking. Two with it is ideal. Three with it is dangerous. What is it? The answer is a secret. The answer is a seesaw. How should I know? White's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. When Annie came to, he was once again surrounded by the sounds of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words he had heard somewhere before. Oh God, we have to answer right. Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, Annie sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret! Right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Annie like a rippling wave opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Annie moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Annie after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Annie picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. Annie grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I entered through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intention of this place. Hey, look! Cried Annie, awaking Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Annie walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open, and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Annie. But before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Annie tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said White, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Annie. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? 4 legs in the morning? No. As soon as the words were spoken, the forest began to swirl around them. Leaves browned and fell from trees. Branches withered and died. Tall green grass shriveled into dark fields of ash. Suddenly a massive demon appeared before Annie and unleashed a tremendous roar. Wrong, now try again! A man? Dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct! With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor! Cried Annie. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor, you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. The man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Annie watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Annie and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Annie's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. Gah, by the heavens. Stop egging me, fool. We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. And he withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream's seal, he said. At least I think we did. Mayor's face beamed as Annie filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Something, he said. Nodded his head. Okay, hang on a second, this is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Annie and the mayor obediently reclined atop of the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Wise. It is words that control the Death Dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place, no matter how unnatural they seem. The words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the three found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Annie shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Annie shook... Okay. Oh wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did! I'm back! He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his leg as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Annie and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order. In short order, I am sure, said Wise. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It is the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Wise. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. The hint says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Annie and White could not contain their surprise. It seemed a gold had been found in the most unexpected of places. I said, muttered Wise, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Annie mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious word he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. And he tried to keep a straight face, and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Did you were right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Annie gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words, and what exactly is going on here? That riddle should prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
Yeah, here.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Obtain a sealed verse. Obtain Darq execution magic. Darq execution. Summon magical spikes from the ground to impale enemies. Charge to increase the number of spikes.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me.
Well, it took a lot of reading.
It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Now I can finally
This is one of the most bizarre...
I know. That's why...
You know what? I think I should save again. Because... So...
So how was the village?
Well, we did a lot of reading.
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
After getting back to Popola, I think we're going to end for today.
Get out of my way! I have to save Yona!
Kinda tired in my voice.
You cannot prevail if you are blinded with rage.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
Yeah.
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried, so maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him?
Of course.
I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
And with that, I think we'll say goodbye for today. Cause yeah, I'm getting a little bit tired. I must say after reading that much. It's one to read it silently for yourself, but also when you have to read through a lot. Portions of text out loud and think of both pronunciation and so on when it's not your first language.
If we had a ferry, we
so,
could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
So yeah, I'm a little bit tired both in my head and my voice actually, so yeah, I think it's fine to end here. I know it's been a long read, and I know that most of the episode is going to contain that reading session, but yeah. At the same time, I want the video to have a certain length, not too much over an hour. So therefore, both because I'm tired and because we're doing overtime, I think it's a nice place to end, and hope you agree with me there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video or stream. Bye!